on digital radio, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Basketball in March.
The Donut Bag presented by The Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Can you hear me, Joe? I can't hear you.
It's.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, how about now?
Yep.
It said your mic is muted. I never did that. Oh, it's like last week. I did the intro of the Jersey Boys show. Like, what's going on here? We're supposed to be a well-oiled machine,
Right.
not organized like the Steelers. We're a well-oiled machine. Anyway, welcome to the Donut Bag Podcast, part of the Sportscast Network. We have a very busy show because we have a lot has happened. If you want to join in on the conversation, you could do that, I think, through Twitter, definitely through YouTube. Go to youtube.com/JoeyBagOfDonuts V7F and join in on the conversation. We love when people join. And wow, there are times when there's nothing going on, and there's times when there's too much going on. And here, this is a day where this is one of the biggest days of the league year, whatever the heck they call it, legal tampering, which is a really dumb name.
Term, yeah.
This is the day that you're allowed to sign free agents, or not officially sign free agents. I believe Wednesday is when they officially sign. But this is when you could the legal tampering. This is when teams can talk to players and agents, because they're not allowed to talk to other teams, players from other and agents from other teams until 12 o'clock today.
Right.
Then there's no conversations going on. Everybody follows the rules, and they just start talking at 12 o'clock. It's like if you go to speed dating or something like that. It's like you're not allowed to talk until this time. Now, miraculously, at 12:05 p.m., magic happens and deals get done immediately. There must be just amazing conversations going on in that 5 minutes between 12 p.m. and 12:05 p.m.
Yeah.
Just
magically appear and just happen to get stuff done, and
magic.
yeah, we'll sign you for $40 million, and you for $28 million, and you for $15 million, and
Right.
5 minutes time.
Right.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, because they don't talk beforehand.
No, not at all.
What a joke. What a joke. But anyway, this is when the things start. But before that, I want to talk about what happened last week. The Arizona Cardinals told Kyler Murray that that he's going to get cut, and he was cut, or I think he was cut, or whatever. But he's going to get cut, and that started the frenzy of the Steelers should get Kyler Murray. I literally just heard 5 minutes ago on a talk radio. The Steelers should get Kyler Murray. How can they deal with old Aaron Rodgers again? Kyler Murray is young. He was rookie of the year. How can you not want him? And I just that makes blood come out of my ears. I think Kyler Murray is the last thing the Steelers or anybody would want. Are you interested in the Steelers getting Kyler Murray?
No, and the thing is, it's like it's somewhat scary as a Steelers fan, because you have guys like Kyler Murray and Tua. Tua apparently signed a 1-year deal, I think, with the Falcons a little bit ago. But the Dolphins are eating like $99 million of his salary. The Arizona Cardinals are eating how much of the Kyler Murray salary?
A lot.
I mean, and it's like, so like here were these 2 first-round high picks, and they ended up being garbage, at least in Miami and in Arizona. Well, not total garbage, but just didn't work out. Here's teams just willing to bite the bullet and just destroy their cap by letting these guys walk. And I mean, what's that say about a guy like Kyler Murray? You know, the other thing about Kyler Murray too is here's a guy that's shorter than almost me, and doesn't play well in cold weather. So that's another thing. And no, I don't see and wouldn't see the Steelers bringing him in. I hope they don't. Obviously, though, right now there's that question is who's going to be throwing the ball around for the Steelers. And no news from Aaron Rodgers today. Was kind of hoping to hear maybe something, but we didn't hear anything. So that leaves something to be concerned, and that's probably why you're hearing more of the Kyler Murray buzz. But I don't get it, Joe. I don't see it. His face place, but I'd rather not be here.
Yeah, the Steelers are just such in a bad position about the quarterback. Kyler Murray did an amazing thing, and he used his athleticism to excel in the NFL, and that is almost impossible. Just about every athlete in the NFL, every player in the NFL was the best player in their grade school and the best player in their high school and probably one of the best players on their college team. And they use their superior athleticism to just out-athlete other people, outrun, outstrong, whatever. But once you get to the NFL, that's a big equalizer because you all have great athletes. Kyler Murray was still able to be a superior athlete to all these great athletes, and that is amazing. Sometimes he literally just ran around and outran the defense and would score a touchdown. He just literally run around the field. It was crazy. The problem is he can't really throw that well. He's very tiny, and he's not that young anymore. He lost a step. So it's just a really bad idea. And like you said, he doesn't play in cold weather. We don't even know what his record is in cold weather because I don't think he's ever played in cold weather.
I know, right? Yeah, and it's like, and that's the thing too. Like, you take it's almost a mirror thing, like the Spider-Man meme with the Spider-Man pointing at each other. Now you have Tua in Atlanta. They just brought in Penix a year and a half ago, on top of Kirk Cousins. I mean, it's like, they don't know what the hell's going on in Atlanta quarterback. And I hate to say we're there. We're not quite there. But, God, I don't want to be the Falcons or the Cardinals with eating these big salaries like this, or being in a situation where you don't know what you're doing with any of these guys. And that just seems to be the only thing I was maybe slightly disagree on. Kyler Murray does have a decent 92% completion rate, not bad last couple of years, so not horrible, but still played hurt a lot of the time. Like you said, he's also lost his step. He's a little bit older right now, and I just feel like in this league, in that cold weather, you're going to get hit. The Browns' defense is good. You're going to get hit, and you're playing outdoors in Cincinnati. You're playing outdoors in Baltimore. 8 games a year, you're playing outdoors. Easily, right there.
Omar Khan said he wants an AFC North quarterback. Kyler Murray is an NFC West quarterback. Okay, he is if games were played in Brazil, he'd be great. But he is not built for December. He's not built for December football in the Northeast America.
No.
It sucks. The Steelers are in a crappy situation with the quarterback, but it could be worse. It could be what Arizona and Miami just went through. It is one thing to not have a quarterback, but it's another thing to not have a quarterback, think you have a quarterback, and pay that quarterback like top quarterback money. And that's what the Arizona did with Kyler Murray, and that's what Miami did with Tua. And when you pay all that money for a quarterback and you don't have a good quarterback, you are screwed. You spent all that money. That means you can't get other good players, and then look where they are. They just had to drop him for nothing with record cap hits. I mean, $99 million from Miami. My goodness.
I know. So like the Falcons will be doing the same thing. They'll pay two of the league minimum, and Kyler Murray will be a league minimum guy. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't, and that's the frustrating part with the Steelers. We went through that with Justin Fields. We went through that with a couple other guys, and it's just, I think the Steelers fans are fed up with it. So you think, oh, we don't want Aaron Rodgers back. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe he's old and all this and that, but 24 touchdowns last year. I mean, I'll take him over Kyler Murray and Tua right now.
If you just said, would you take this quarterback that had 24 touchdowns and I forget how many interceptions, not that many, and all the yards and all this stuff, you'd say, yeah, I'd take him. But it's because it's Aaron Rodgers and he's so old, people don't want that. And I get that. It's very possible he could fall off a cliff. But when people say, well, what alternative is there? What is the alternative? Crappy Kyler Murray. Tua is there's nothing out there. Miami just somehow found the money to pay Malik Willis today, which is weird. But I mean, Malik Willis is just extremely unproven. We have no idea whether he's going to be good or not. There's just nothing out there. And remember, this was the year we were supposed to get our quarterback in the draft. Oops. So this is what we're just stuck with, another year of Aaron Rodgers. So be it. And I think that they are, why didn't Aaron Rodgers say anything? It's like, I think they know. I think they talk, and it's like, yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry.
I do too. I think they know at this point, and I think if they knew otherwise, I think they may have been a little bit more active with that. Range or something. Do it. That's okay. I mean, if you want an AFC North quarterback, he fits the bill better than the other two. Malik Willis, I mean, like you said, unproven, and then, we keep on going back and forth with the Will Howard thing. Folks, I'll tell you what, go back to their senior years in college, and Will Howard threw 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions and 73% completion. Not that bad. We didn't get to see it play because, again, it's like the Steelers can't get out of their own way. I mean, the broken index finger, right? I think it was index finger. Broken finger, thumb, whatever it ended up being. We got robbed of seeing what Will Howard could do. I'm still interested in seeing what he could do. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Dan Marino or the next Big Ben, or anything like that, but you have a guy. We drafted him a decent spot, and, there's a chance. Who knows? I mean, Aaron Rodgers thinks highly of him. I'd like to see what he can do. Who knows? But I think he's a lot better of an alternative than Malik Willis. Malik Willis was 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and only 61% completion percentages in his senior year. So far, far inferior to Will Howard.
So let's say the quarterbacks are basically the same as last year. Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Will Howard. Does this mean that they're not going to draft a quarterback at all this year? How could you? There's no room.
There's no room. There's not a lot out there.
Right.
There's not a lot out there. They had a meeting, the most furthest they got, they had a in-person meeting with Drew Aller at the Combine. Aller did what I thought he would do. He had a good Combine, coming back from the broken ankle. And who knows, maybe. But, here's what, Joe. I don't want them doing anything with Drew Aller until the 5th or 6th round. It's a far drop-off. It's a horrible year for quarterback draft. It's not a good year. That's the other predicament. Like, you make a good point. There's not a lot out there. It's a bad situation for everybody. The agents aren't great. You saw a couple backup QBs. Kenny Pickett went to Carolina, I think it was, and Mitch Trubisky to Titans. There's some backups that are moving around, but there's no big starting quarterbacks out there to go get. And there's no big starting quarterbacks to really draft outside of Mendoza. He's going to be gone the first pick. And that's it. That's it. And the Raiders invested in protecting Mendoza already with signing Kyle Lindenbaum away from the Ravens, where the Ravens took ownership.
For like crazy money.
Oh yeah, he's the highest paid interior offensive lineman in the NFL history.
And like by a lot. Like he didn't just break the record. He destroyed. He Stone Cold Steve Austin shattered that record.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we knew that was going to happen with all the extra money that these teams have. That somebody's going to throw around a ton of money. But okay, so let's say there's something in Will Howard. Let's say he could be something. It doesn't hurt him to sit out another year. Not sit out totally, but it doesn't hurt him to just sit back and learn and be the number 3 quarterback and actually hopefully play this preseason so that he could get some experience.
Well, that's a really good point, because I don't think you'll see it if Aaron Rodgers does come back. He's not playing in the preseason.
Right. I mean, and then look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind Brett Favre for like, I don't know what, 2, 3, 4 years or whatever. And then Jordan Love had to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for all those years, and they turned out okay. So you know what? Maybe it's good for him to sit another year and just learn. And because people say, oh, Aaron Rodgers is showing him so much. Okay, cool. Take another year to learn stuff. That's cool. And God forbid somebody gets hurt or whatever, he might have to play. Oh well, that's fine too. But otherwise, we just don't know. Haven't even seen him in preseason last year, so we just don't know.
You almost want to say, and I know there's for some reason there's some Steeler fans and some local media guys out there that are just so against Aaron Rodgers coming back. To me, it might be the safest bet. I mean, I at this point, Joe, if they said tomorrow Aaron Rodgers is signed for 1 year, $15 million, fine. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to complain. And I just, what else do you want to do? I think, again, like you made a great point here at the top of the hour. There's not a lot out there, guys. There's just not. There's not a lot. It's not Mason Rudolph's hell, not the answer. Mitch Trubisky's not the answer. Kenny Pickett's not the answer. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Kyler Murray is definitely not the answer.
Well, yeah, he's also not the answer for a lot of NFL teams, Joe, because he didn't get picked up right away today by anybody.
Right.
12:05, nobody was ringing his bell.
Tua signed on the first day.
Yeah.
They took Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett over Kyler Murray. That's where we're at right now.
That's right.
Part of me wants to just see them run it back with almost the same team. I just want to see if things would be different with a different coaching staff and a different philosophy. Mm-hmm. I kind of would want to see that because I don't know. I look at the Penguins. They were crap for years under Mike Sullivan. All they do is change a coach, and they got some different players and stuff like that. But basically, it was a coaching change, and they're almost in the playoffs, and they're doing awesome. Run it back.
I don't know why people don't want to acknowledge it, because there's a connection between Mike McCarthy. That's there. I don't think you can blame Mike McCarthy for wanting to start his first year as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach with a familiar face at quarterback. And for those that fault him for that, I don't know why. It's a smart decision. And to me, it all kind of fits and all kind of works out. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is going to come win NFL MVP next year. He's not. But he's a safe player.
But they did make moves today, and one of them is as soon as it was like one of the first things that was announced was that the Colts are signing Alec Pierce for a lot of money, and it almost as the minute after that happened, it said the Colts are trading Michael Pittman Jr. from to the Steelers, and then the Steelers sign him to a 3-year, $59 million extension. I am loving this deal. That's still like in terms of wide receiver money, it's big, but it's not. Alec Pierce is making like $30 million a year, and this is $20 million a year. Pittman is 28. To me, he seems like another DK Metcalf almost. Is like a big dude, not a burner, but still just a really good wide receiver.
He's very tough. He's very reliable. He's everything Steelers would want. He's everything Steelers fans like. He's kind of almost a micro Hines Ward. Well, maybe not micro. He's bigger than Hines Ward. He's going to go downfield and block for you. He's not going to take plays off. He is a big guy. And like you said, 8 touchdowns last year. Not too bad with the amount of quarterbacks he had thrown him in Indianapolis. Come on, give me a break. He had a good year. He had a real good year.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, that was me. That was Kyler Murray trying to shut down our connection because we were talking about him.
That's right. Yeah, he's a internet savant. But no, I think everything about Michael Pittman is a great fit for Pittsburgh. Big guy, tough to game, he'll block downfield for you. He's not going to take plays off. He will play in cold weather games. He is a big guy. He's a guy that you're going to have to account for. Now all of a sudden, the Steelers finally have a 1-2 punch that in terms of backfields, you're going to have to account for and worry about. It's both these guys are legit big receivers that can haul in the ball and have a good nose to the end zone. Pittman finding eight touchdowns last year. I think it was 7 or 8. When he was throwing the ball to him in Indianapolis, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's it's amazing, and it's we finally have our wide receiver too. Heck, he might be like basically like a 1A and 1B.
Right.
Tobu Jack says thoughts on Dowdle and Warren being utilized as a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery. That's something that just happened like in the last past hour or two. They did lose Kenny Gainwell, which I guess was to be expected because that nobody was going to match him. And I don't think we've heard the terms on how much they got Dowdle for, but they got Rico Dowdle, which makes sense because he played in Dallas under Mike McCarthy. So he has thoughts on Dowdle and Warren being utilized as a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery. I think it's just going to be the same as last year. Just basically like a 50-50 share.
It's a good question, and I think where this guy might be going with this too is Dowdle is more of a Mike McCarthy running back. He's bigger, he's stronger, he runs more of a up game. He's over 6 foot. He's a guy that's going to absolutely be a bruiser in there, and he's not a Kenny Gainwell. And that's the other thing that everyone's talking about. Well, are the Steelers going to pay Kenny Gainwell $7 million a year? That's what he got with Tampa, right, Joe? I think he got $7 million a year. But I don't see Mike McCarthy offense, chucking it to Kenny Gainwell like they did last year, making an MVP. So, I think Dowdle and Warren could be a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery. And an effective one, too. But Dowdle fits more the Mike McCarthy mantra than Gainwell was.
So that's perfect. It's exactly what Tobu Jack is saying. Like Gibbs and Montgomery. Yeah. Like Montgomery is your pounder. Gibbs is your fast guy. It sounds like it's what they had with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. So I think that's awesome. You need a pounder. You need a tough guy. And then who knows? Hopefully Caleb Johnson does something. Hopefully he does more than just hold down the bench or whatever. Maybe you can get something from him too.
I don't know. I think with Dowdle coming in, I think Caleb Johnson stays with me. I don't know the number. I mean, I don't think they get rid of a third-round pick just that quick. He's going to be back. But if you remember, sadly, one thing that McCarthy liked to do with Dowdle when he was in Dallas, they liked to line him up in the slot. And I forget which quarterback of Pittsburgh he burned. But he ran for a touchdown against us and caught a touchdown against us. And he was wide open on the play when he caught a touchdown against the Steelers. And so to Toby Jack's point there, he's a guy that they can line up in the slot and can actually run a couple of routes too.
So they lost Gainwell, they lost Juan Pierre, but they signed Cole Holcomb and Asante Samuel Jr. But then they also signed Jamel Dean from
Yeah.
Tampa, and this sounds like a really good signing. Like if you look at the numbers on this guy, like he doesn't give up anything. Like the numbers are outrageous. I think his only problem is he has problems staying healthy, but when he's out there, he looks like a really good corner.
He's very physical for a cornerback. It's one of the reasons he's had that health issues. That's what I posted on Twitter earlier today. Was I just hope he can stay healthy because he hits like a Mack truck for cornerback. So some of his injuries are self-sustained. But yeah, between him and Joey Porter Jr. in the last year, they gave up one touchdown. So it really, really gives us a heck of a defensive backfield. Probably means that you're going to see Ramsey go to the slot or be a full-time safety. I think he's better in the slot. I think he has more impact there as a player. But Jamel Dean is a great signing, fairly affordable too. Not a bad contract. I think it's a very fair contract. And again, he's physical, which the Steelers like. And I think it gives them a great defensive backfield, Joe. Him and Joey Porter are opposite from each other. That's a good answer for Cincinnati. And also, Baltimore really don't know what happened this year.
Yeah,
but it helps against Cincinnati.
I like it. I think Ramsey would be awesome in the slot. I don't think. I guess he could be a safety, but I think that's just a waste of his talents. I think he's better, like as some kind of cornerback. So we'll see. But just another need was addressed. So gotta love it.
I think on your crawl there, excuse me. Still dealing with a few after effects from cancer here. Isaac Jamel went to the Cardinals this afternoon too.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah, $31 million to the Cardinals, Pittsburgh West. So that's probably going to put Steelers in the search for a guard here in the draft or free agents.
Okay, so the other news that came out today was about the comp picks. And the Steelers are getting, and this was expected, but they are getting like 4 comp picks.
They got a rounder and 2 6-rounders.
A third, a fourth, and 2 6. You're right, and 2 6-rounders. And the max you could get, like in terms of comp picks, is 4. So they got the max. Now, so the reason you get comp picks is because you lose too many players and you don't bring enough back. Now, they traded for Michael Pittman Jr. That does not count against comp pick. This deal with Jamel Dean, for some reason, does not count against comp pick either. I think what they're going to do, and maybe they'll do this every year, is when they acquire players, they're not going to acquire them the regular way so that they could work this comp pick game and continue to get comp picks, which I think is a really cool way. The Ravens do this every year. The Ravens somehow end up with lots of picks every year. But it sounds like Omar Khan might be like basically maneuvering his way to keep getting like extra picks. And hey, cool. I mean, the Steelers have 3 third-round picks this year. 1 from the Pickens trade, the one they usually get, and the 3rd from a comp trade from Dan Moore of all people.
Yes. Yeah. No, the thing about it is, not to get too excited, but the Steelers definitely got better with the comp picks and the players they brought in, including Jamel Dean and Pittman Jr. They definitely got better today, and they may still wrap some of those comp picks in the draft picks. I don't know, or I still feel like they might be making a splash here to get a trade up at the draft or something. And who knows? But we'll see. But getting another 3rd-round pick, that's pretty impressive.
from Dan Moore of all people. That's
Dan Moore.
That's so funny. He's the gift that keeps on giving. So what do you think happens next? Do you think there's going to be any more big moves? I don't know how true this is, but I keep hearing something's going to happen with Patrick Queen. It would not surprise me if he got traded.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got traded. I can see Queen going. Obviously, they got to find another guard. They may sign a guard. I don't know if it's in Splash, like the black color, but I can see them signing a guard, and they may even sign another receiver, Joe. Who knows? I don't know. I think a big question too is with signing Pittman Jr. Does this mean they're automatically picking a wide receiver in the first round now? Maybe
right.
not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they could use another wide receiver. They could even, if they're going to be running at least 3 wides all the time, they could use, but that's a perfect situation is if you get Michael Pittman Jr. and then whoever you draft, there's your third wide receiver. And then you can use like a Calvin Austin type as your fourth wide receiver, or what's his face, Roman Wilson.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, that's what I think too.
That's the other thing too. They have all these. They have some huge allotment of draft picks, so they're either going to say, "Okay, we have a lot. We have 12 picks. Put the brakes on. Let's handle things with Aaron. Let's get him settled in here, and go from there." Or, address the left side of that offensive line. I don't know. But it's only day one. Who knows what might happen tomorrow? I don't know. But I mean, Dowdle, Pittman Jr. and are 2 big gets for them. You let Gainwell go, and I think the old Steelers would have been like, well, Gainwell's gone. They're either not going to do anything, or it might be a few days before they bring in somebody. They immediately went in and get Rico Dowdle this afternoon, or actually late this evening. So to me, that's already a little bit of change in philosophy. A little bit of change in urgency, because all of a sudden when they let Kenny Gainwell go, I'm thinking, well, now are we drafting a running back? Are they going to have huge expectations for Caleb Johnson?
Right.
And all of that was kind of up in the air until about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. And they go and get Rico Dowdle. And that's not just some slum. I mean, Dowdle's a legit big running back that I'm impressed. I'm a hard grader. I don't know if I'd give him an A, but damn, I might have to. Day one, at least day one, I think I have to give him an A.
Yeah. I mean, I remember so many years they did nothing in free agency in the first few days or even the first week or whatever, and they would get like the table scraps. They would just get like, like the people that nobody wanted. That would be their free agent pickups. And here that they're making moves on day one. So yeah, it's looking promising. But yeah, it really makes you wonder what they're going to do in the draft now. Are they going to go wide receiver first round? Could they go? I mean, they really don't need a cornerback, but I don't know. I mean, besides guard, and I'm sure they'll pick up somebody. There's no glaring need right now.
No, they might go for a safety. They could definitely go for a safety in the first round now. I don't know, but the thing about Michael Pittman, you make a good point about that. I mean, hell, they must have been on the phone pretty quick because Pierre signed that massive contract with the Colts, and that was just the ink was still on the paper. And Steelers go and get Pittman Jr. like right away within like an hour. So it makes me think Omar Khan was like, hey, you guys are giving him all this money. What do you want from Michael Pittman Jr.?
Right.
Let's talk. And so, I mean, I think to me, that means he was very proactive right from the very get-go today.
Right. Because there's no way that the Colts were going to be able to keep, 2 wide receivers making that kind of money. So it's like Omar Khan just took advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So quick on the draw.
It's exciting. We'll see. We'll see. And this is just day one. We'll see. We'll see what happens a week from now or whatever.
I know. I hear a dog running around.
There's this little puppy that I had to clean up his poop earlier.
Uh-oh.
Come here, George. He's a 5-month-old puppy and a Chihuahua puppy, and he is just. First of all, he hates the Steelers. Anytime he sees a Steeler logo, he pees or poops on it. So
good.
He might be a Browns fan or something like that. But he is just he's just a puppy that just runs around and creates havoc, and it's insane. And he gets away with it because he's so darn cute. If he would ever come up, whatever. But yeah, we got a puppy, and he is a handful.
That's good.
But yeah, we will see.
Definitely
And
more to talk about a week from now. I mean, I hope that the quarterback issue is resolved by a week from now, and we have more to talk about then. But I think in the days to come, you're going to see more of this.
I wonder how that's going to. I mean, last year we had to wait till June. I don't think it's going to go that long, but I would think in the next couple weeks, Rodgers, they're going to announce something, because the way he talked on Pat McAfee last week, it's like he's like, well, it takes two to tango, and I haven't been offered anything. Like, are we just screwing around here, or what's going on? So,
or maybe they wanted to see how active they were today, what they were spending today, in comparison to what they want to, what they can offer, and obviously it sounds to me, that's a good point on the McAfee show. Apparently there must be a number, Joe, a price that he may have already put forth saying, hey, this is what it's going to take. You guys, here's the offer. Are you guys willing? And now Steelers got to figure out if that's what they want to do.
They were listing all of the quarterbacks that Michael Pittman Jr. had to play with, and it was a who's who of. you thought the Steelers have had some crappy quarterbacks in the past few years. My goodness, we're talking about Matt Ryan on his last leg, Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement, stuff like this. So, Aaron Rodgers and Michael Pittman Jr. I think would be a lot of fun, and if I'm Rodgers, I would be really excited to have two good, and possibly if they draft or get somebody else, multiple good wide receivers, not Marquez Valdez-Scantling or Adam Thielen or whatever, on their last leg. So
yeah, that's another good point too, Joe, because he obviously, I guess he told Kenny Gainwell, I'll make you a lot of money, and in season or whatever it was, and obviously he did. But I think Aaron Rodgers liked throwing to Kenny Gainwell. I think he'd prefer, like you said, to be throwing down the field to both DK and to a guy like Pittman Jr. and a tight end. I think that's what he would prefer to do, not just doing a quick tosses to Kenny Gainwell all night long. So yeah, no, that's a good thing, and that's part of the thing where maybe Omar Khan was quick on the draw to get Michael Pittman Jr. So he could go back to Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, look, we went out and got you number 2, or what you said, G1A, wide receiver. So we're up in the receiver court here.
Now, we know Aaron Rodgers loved Mike Tomlin. He said, this is the reason why I'm here, because of Mike Tomlin. And obviously Tomlin's not here anymore. But, and yes, he was coming to a new team with players he's not used to, and working with Arthur Smith. Here, he would be coming back with the coach that he knows extremely well, the system that he knows extremely well, and with players that he's more used to now. And let's hope that he actually throws the Pat Freiermuth this year.
Yeah, right. No, it all seems, that's why I said I'd be fine if they announced tomorrow he's coming back. I'd be fine, because it's comfortable. Like you said, we started off the hour with Kyler Murray. If they bring in Kyler Murray, not to say I don't think they will, but if they brought in Kyler Murray, I'd be a hell of a lot more nervous. I mean, I'd be like, well, oh boy, is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be able to play in cold weather? Is he, are they going to get him some lifts for his shoes? I mean,
so he could see.
Yeah, lots of questions where I don't have as many with Aaron Rodgers comes back. It's to me the same play.
Yep. We shall see. All right. Well, thanks for coming by. It's so good to see you.
Thanks, you too, Joe.
I'm glad you're feeling better. You look great. So hopefully we could do this again soon. All right. Hey, I'll see you.
Thank you. Yep. Bye.